Women belong in the kitchen. Their one true job is to please men, especially if it's their husband. Even if it's a new mother, her priority should be pleasing the husband, right? Barf. Too bad that a Japanese city is learning this the hard way. We are talking about Onomishi, a city in Japan. It conducted a survey in the year 2017, based on which it created flyers for pregnant women and distributed them among local residents. The flyers told new mothers how to treat their husbands. They said things like, if women are overly focused on a newborn child and ignores household chores, they will irritate their husbands. The flyers also said that husbands need to be thanked for doing the bare minimum, like washing the dishes or changing diapers, even holding the child. Why? Because apparently men and women feel and think differently. Men act based on theories versus women, they act based on emotions. They don't have a brain of their own, right? Just raging hormones. Now, if you want to hit someone with a brick over this, direct it towards the survey. But wait up, because that's not all they said. The flyers also told new mothers how they can please their husbands. They urged women to give their husbands massages and always have a smile on their faces. Local media reports drew attention to these flyers, and soon, as expected, social media was outraged. The misogyny of these flyers was welcomed with national fury. That sounds about right. It feels like the flyers traveled in a time machine and arrived in Japan to educate women on how to plaster smiles on their faces. People have been erupting with anger and disbelief, so much so that now the city's mayor has come forward. His name is Yukihiro Hiratani, and he has published an apology on the local government's website, saying that the flyers were not in line with the sentiments of pregnant women. Yeah, no kidding. The flyer distribution has been paused because they portray, quote-unquote, attitudes that stereotype gender roles. But even if the government says so, fact is, the survey said what it said. And it is only a showcase of Japan's largely patriarchal society. Because remember, it ranks 125 out of 146 countries on the World Economic Forum's Gender Gap Index. Its gender equality in politics is one of the lowest in the world, with women making up 10% of parliament seats. Women also constitute only about 13% of managerial positions in the workforce. The state is quite terrible. What's the result? The country's birth rate is falling, and so is its marriage rate. Both have fallen to fresh record lows in the past year. The situation is dire. Point is, if Japan wants to change its current situation, distributing such misogynistic flyers won't fly.
They say every dog has its day, but sometimes so could a human. It seems like the dog days are only beginning for this Japanese man. Yes, that is a man, not a collie. A Japanese native has transformed himself into a dog. No, he doesn't possess shape-shifting abilities. He is wearing a custom-made collie costume, worth over a whopping $14,000. It took 40 days to create this costume. The man had a lifelong dream of becoming an animal. He actualized it by donning this costume and made his doggy debut recently. Instantly, he went viral. His video has garnered over 5 million views, and he has made headlines globally. He is seen frolicking on the lawn, playing fetch, and rolling around. But while some are proudly transforming into an animal, others are aggressively denying they ever did. This news comes from Japan's neighbor China, where a zoo is refusing to grin and bear it. Recently, a video went viral. A zoo bear was seen standing on his hind legs. Soon, wild allegations began erupting. People claimed that the bear was actually a man dressed in a costume, pointing to the way he was standing over a prolonged period, moving his hand in a fashion that looked like he was waving. People also noticed his slender legs and folds of fur, which made it look like the bear was a human in disguise. People could barely believe that it's real. Pardon the pun. The claims spread like wildfire, and now officials have been forced to make a statement. They have said that it isn't a human in a costume. They added that this breed of bears, called sun bears, come from Malaysia, and they are smaller than other bears. They have a different appearance, but they are just as real. Sounds pretty logical, but many refuse to believe the authorities. After all, other Chinese zoos have been accused of misleading guests in the past, and the allegations are wide-ranging, including dyeing dogs to look like wolves and painting donkeys to look like zebras. That last bit sounds a bit far-fetched, but if it isn't, serious points for creativity.
Our next story is about a device that converts mechanical energy waves into electrical ones. Hold up. Before we scare you away, let's be clear. We're only talking about a microphone. This little thing here, lovingly called a mic. It was first invented in 1876, and today it's everywhere. Mics are used in TV, radio, baby monitors. We're using one right now. This voice doesn't feel flawless just because it's a magic mic effect. But honestly, it seems like the first mic walked so this one could run. And you won't believe how much people are willing to pay for it. This is no ordinary device. It's the microphone that was chucked into the crowd by rapper Cardi B. You've probably seen the viral video. Cardi B was recently performing in Las Vegas when a fan threw their drink up towards her. The drink got in her face. She got angry, of course, and in retaliation, she threw the mic she was holding onto the crowd. The mic is now up for auction on eBay, and the bid is closing in on $100,000. Yup, 100,000. The mic was retrieved by the venue's audio production company. According to them, the mic's original price is $1,000. For the auction, they quoted a starting price of $500, but the post saw overnight rise in bids. And now it's worth 100 times the original price. The auction closes next week, and money from the final bid will be donated to charities. Two of them. One works with veterans, and the other supports people with special needs. The incident is bizarre, but at least some good will come out of it. After all, in Cardi B's words, she makes money moves even if unknowingly.